Okay. Bam! Here we go. Hello, everybody. Oh, wow. Make sure everything's up and going. Alright. Make sure my mic is working. Mic. No mic. No mic. Wait. Is there mic? Okay, it looks like mic's coming in. Okay, good. I need to delete this. Hey, Horny Angel 96. Hello. Oh, hello there. Welcome in. How is your discard changes? There we go. Futzing with OBS here. Redeemed Hydrate. Oh man, to start it off. Welcome, Horny Angel. Welcome in. Maya. Well, looky. I smell a mustachio gingerbread. Thank you. Yes. Yes. I do love gingerbread cookies. So. How goes it, everybody? How is your... What is today? Tuesday? Yeah. I think it's Tuesday. If you're on this side of the world, it's Tuesday. On the other side of the world, I guess it'd probably be Wednesday morning. Always important to stay hydrated. It is. You're not wrong. One of the most important things you could possibly do. So it looks like perfect. Okay. Last time I streamed, I had gotten this whole like cat cam set up here, where like it records the seat back there so people can stare at my cats. And of course it didn't work, and then they slept back there the whole stream. And now that I've got it working again, I'm half expecting that they'll just not be in here. So that's how it goes, right? That's how everything. Murphy's Law. Let's see. I'm great. I've been working on my character story. Oh wow, did you rewatch the whole thing? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? But that is fantastic. Actually, today I'm going to be doing D&D prep, because I am starting the next grand campaign this evening. I like how I did not change the title of this stream at all. Because of course I didn't. Boy. Always behind and always a mess. I am unemployed, so it's super easy. Okay, yeah. Yep. And then the tears flow. Well, a way to use your unemployment, well, I should say. The best way you can, by rewatching glorious anime. Nothing wrong with that. I'm rewatching Mushoku Tensei again. I just finished the first volume of the light novel. How is it watching it after reading the light novel? Does it make it... I don't know how... Obviously, I don't know because I haven't watched any Mushoku Tensei, but I'm just curious how it you know, because it's always interesting to see the adaptation, why they change things, if you think it's justified or if you think it works better in the novel or the light novel. At least it was not only fun but useful. Some things I forgot that happened. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's a longer show. Lots of things happen. Those long, structured, epic narratives have a lot going on in them. Let's see here. There we go. Actually, update the title of this. Update the title of this stream. There we go. All right. Maya different as fuck. Same storyline, but the characters in the anime have been gutted to hell. Interesting. Oh, so did they change the characters or just simplify them? Like completely just take away whole facets of their character just to like try to hyper simplify them, or is it or did they just change it? Like this character now has like a completely different like life and disposition than they did in the book. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see here. Man, ads. You need to chill the fuck out, ads. My god. Alright. Let's see. What do we got? Okay. But yeah, so today, for at least our sprints, what I will be working on is D&D campaign prep, because I'm kicking off another D&D campaign this evening, actually right after I finish stream. So exciting. I just same group of people I ran through. I ran an entire D&D game through COVID from 2020 to the beginning of this year is when we wrapped it up. So and they're all very excited to start it up again. So I'll be doing that. Let's see. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is fun because until something around episode 40, you are constantly, how the fuck is there still so many episodes? It looks so finished, and then becomes how the f is there so many episodes left? Did everything go super wrong twice? What the fuck? Oh man, okay, yeah. I have not. Yeah, I'm gonna get there. Right now, I'm doing Heavenly Delusions. And after that, I'll probably move into the what's it called? The D&D. I call it the D&D one. It's about the elf who lives super long, who's like visiting with all of her old friends as they're dying. So I'll probably be doing that one. But after that, I will yeah. Thank you, Maya, Frieren. Yeah. Super goated? Is that goated as in greatest of all time goated? But yeah, so I will I'll be checking it. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Very excited for that one. That just I vibe. I get the vibe. I get good vibes from that show. So, I'm excited to start it. I'm also watching Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix. I'm giving that a go, and that's been, I know that's a US based animation, but the 3D animation in that is really good. They did not pull those like terrible Japanese Godzilla CG movies that are just horrific to watch. The animation's actually really good. Let's see. Redu's father in the anime is passed off as goofy and ill-prepared father, with a thing for women. Got it. In the light novel, he speaks like a mature and decent man, and his thoughts are often reasonable and rational. He's still a ladies' man, but damn if there isn't a lot more to him. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, so he's a little bit of like a ladies' man womanizer, but he's less of like a cartoon character. I wonder if they made him that way because of like the uncle from Ramna One Half or whatever, where they've always got to have the sort of the lecherous, old guy that is literally as deep as he just likes to oogle the ladies, and that's about it. So that's unfortunate that they did that. It's too bad. Sometimes anime tropes, sometimes they bite you. They bite you in the ass. All right. All right. As a DM, what do you think is the best way to balance information-based powers? Both things that make it harder for enemies to gain information about the players and things that make the players gain more information. Oh, you mean like, gotcha. Okay, I like, you mean like if, like knowing a weakness of some kind or something like that, or the villain knowing a weakness about the characters. It kind of, I don't know. I always just look for like a narrative justification. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for I usually try to treat it like say like you get swarmed by zombies or something, or if they're mildly intelligent, some creatures. I usually tactically try to let them analyze the characters based on what they're seeing in the immediate moment. So they're gonna be like, okay, if there's a wizard squishy, I'm gonna target the wizard because they're probably the easiest to take down, and they also have magic, so they can mess me up. Same thing for like now if I have like a big time villain who has maybe been watching the characters and spying on them and seeing how they act, I give them a little bit more like privileged information about their powers and all that kind of stuff. And the nice thing is lots of times, like depending on the type of the like game you're playing, like items, things that characters have squirreled away can oftentimes come in handy there, where they just pull something like the rabbit out of the hat to thwart the guy, even though the guy's studied them um, and thinks he's at a tactical advantage. Um, Usually players are pretty smart and can just pull stuff like that out of their ass and make it work. But for like players, like if they have like a special ability or a power that lets them read the enemy, usually I just dictate as in like they're going to see um essentially they can find a way to bypass a resistance of some kind. They know a vulnerable spot, or they know a particular thing to look out for, so then that can give them like a mechanical advantage. That's usually how I dictate those things in world. Is I try not to just read the power or what the info they're citing. I try not to just read it to them. I try to kind of give it a little bit more flavor than that, and just kind of be like, okay, well, this thing is going to do this to you, so watch out for that. And then they can tell everybody, and you know, and then boom, give them some sort of mechanical advantage because of that. Be it like D&D advantage, or like a bane or a boon, depending um, if you're playing like a different type of RPG. That's kind of how I would handle it. If that's what you meant. I'm assuming that's what you meant. Maya Archie. I mean, he cheated on his wife with his maid, who was his friend, and fellow swordsman, and she had a child at the same time. Had a child the same time as his wife. Also, he assaulted her when he was 12. So none of that changed. None of that. Let's see. None of that changed. Only his personality. Absolutely trash as a person, but a damn good father, as the story went on. Oh, interesting. Okay. I mean, I could see like, yeah, I feel like if you're gonna give the character that kind of, because that is like a bad. That's bad. That's a bad backstory. That dude is a monster. At that point, if you're gonna try to make him, yeah, you can't just make a cartoon of that. At that point, it's just sort of, it's almost fetishized and gross. At that point, you kind of have to make that character. You have to make that character a problem. Like, you can see the admirable qualities that this person has, but at the same time, like, can you really separate them from? Can you separate them from, the trauma that they've caused in the past? I feel like media and movies back in the old days, like the 70s and the 80s, and even in the 60s, handled characters like this a lot better, where you could have characters that were interesting, that had admirable qualities, but they weren't necessarily like moralized. They were deeply troubled, problematic, did bad things. Um, and the problem is that it's become so characterized that it almost becomes like either a trope or a fetish, and that's a bummer. And anime is really bad at doing that. Anime has as much as I love anime has a bad track record when it comes to doing that, which is too bad. Um, Horny Angel, that's kind of a fun thing, like trying to balance what your character could know from common sense, and what would be like metagame. Yeah, I tried not to keep it metagame. I try to like keep it, even if it is like a spell or something that gives you a metagame analysis. Um, like a metagame analysis, I try to still keep it in the game. Like, you just know this about this monster. This monster's going to tend to do this. It's going to do this. It's highly resistant to this. Usually it comes in handy when it has to do with vulnerabilities and resistances, depending on the game you're playing. But that's usually the easiest stuff to kind of like keep in world and kind of keep the characters in flow. Let's see here. It's put in a way that he isn't praised and is viewed as wrong in the world. That's good. I would hope so. Where a lot of things we deem bad today aren't even flinched at, mostly by Rhodius since he's from a modern time. Gotcha. Rhodius has his whole set of problems, but the people around him do pretty well to keep him in place, even though he's damn near as bad as his father in some ways. Yeah, I mean, that's not realistic. It's just, yeah. I would like there to be more like more complex characters, um, in media today, but yeah, I would like there to be more complicated characters, but also, uh, I guess responsibly complicated characters, because I feel like we lack the ability to be responsible about that, and it just becomes kind of like yay, yay, like look at this problematic character. Oh, and oh man, we were just hydrate. All right, hydrate everybody. Remember to hydrate. I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink. There we go. Should complete. There we go. Oh, nope. There we go. There we go. All right. Sorry, I had to adjust my Twitch thing here really quick. gonna do it every time you drink water, just to remind everybody. Not a bad way to go. Not a bad way to go. All right. Ba ba ba. Do 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 do. All right. Well, what do we want? Where are we at? Where are we at here, everybody? Well, we should probably get rolling because I'm gonna have to get out of here to get ready for the D&D game a little bit after 6 my time. So we should probably get to our sprint. So I'm going to go ahead and start the timer and get everything rolling. So hopefully everybody is writing or working on something cool. And if not, just like, chill and hang out. Both are good. All right, can I might be able to get away with. Man, Twitch and the ads are just brutal. I like flawed characters, and I like characters who are bad people per se because that's interesting. Yeah, I don't necessarily idealize characters that are bad people, but I do like characters that are complicated and conflicted because they tend to be more realistic. They tend to be more realistic and more interesting. So I agree with you there. They do tend to be more interesting. Not quite so like flat out bad characters, but like conflicted characters, characters that have a duality about them. Um, yeah, that's kind of more interesting. Outside of just being utter monsters, I'm not interested in that. I mean, it's better for a character to be interesting asshole than a boring saint. Exactly, Horny Angel. Exactly. That is the truth. Okay. All right, we are going to get to rolling. So I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. And let's see here. We're going to go and do that. Bam. As much as Paul is trash, he is interesting and so likable. Oh, yes. Yes. All right. Let's see here. All right. We get to the words. Exactly. But I do agree with that sentiment. That, you can have trash people, but if they're interesting, and they can be likable. Sometimes trash people are likable. And it's healthy to examine that. All right, everybody. Happy writing, and we will see you on the other side. Alrighty, and there we go. That is the end of that sprint. Boom! We'll go ahead and start the break timer, and just in time for ads to run. Alright, let's go ahead and bring the tunes down a little bit. Where's OBS? There we go. Let's bring the tunes down. Boop. Boop. Alright. Hopefully that was a productive sprint for everybody, as I am desperately trying to get everything done for this D&D game. Alright, woohoo! Moonrunes, it's going, LOL, I'm ready for the night to be over. Oh no, already, just halfway through. And you're like already like, nope, I'm done. I am done. Oh, and Horny Angel redeemed Stretch, so we will go ahead and stretch. I'm sorry you're ready for the day to be over, Moonrunes. Hopefully it gets better. Important to stretch after being that much time with that movie. That's true. Tis important. Oh yeah, sorry. The ads will pass. I'm hoping it goes by quickly. Yeah. Yep, that's is it the same kind of thing you were doing? I know you were doing like embroidery. Is it similar to that? Is that or is it just a completely new, unique job? You also don't have to say too. But hopefully it's more or less. I just like, I know usually when my like tolerance hits a wall, it's always managing people. That's why I've never been good at like quote unquote customer facing jobs. It's the same as before, just more busy, and I have you have to run 2 machines instead of just one. Ugh, and it's busy. Oh, good. I'm glad the ads are over. Horny Angel, that is good. Hopefully that's good. It says the ads are still going, so you got the short ads this time. Yeah, my hands are still killing me. Yeah, geez, 2 machines. That seems abusive, Moonrunes. I don't know. That sounds like a bad deal. I hope I hope there's something that makes up for it. I mean, I guess you know, you got to move and be in, you know, it's kind of the job where you're at currently, so sometimes you just got to take that, but it's too bad it definitely feels that way, that they're abusing me. Yeah. I feel like that's been a trend. I've definitely felt that way, where I'm like, I'm working way harder and I feel like I'm getting paid less. I don't know. That might not be true. Well, I definitely made less this year, that's for sure. But that was like strikes and all that stuff. But I definitely am like, why does it feel like I'm working harder and being paid less? I don't like this trend. It's supposed to go the other way. The other way is like it's supposed to make like a little bit more. I don't understand. Am I making $4 less before? Why? No. Yep. So you literally are doing that. You are working more for less. That is awful. I'm sorry, Moonrunes. I hope the other benefits of it are making up for that somehow. But more than anything, I hope you get a damn raise. I hope they just pay you more. That is. I am mad. Moonrunes. I am mad. I do not appreciate the exploitation of labor. It upsets me. Our generation is working like 2 times more than our parents are being paid less than half than what. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, when you count inflation, we're absolutely getting paid a lot less than the previous generations were. That's for sure. That's for sure. That is the plight of our modern world. It won't be forever, but it is what it is for now. Yeah, sometimes you just got to take it. When I hadn't worked for like, this would have been what, August? I think it was August. Yeah, because I didn't work at all. Yeah, I didn't work at all till yeah, I didn't for like 5 months. It was like almost 5 months where I just completely didn't do any major work that was paying me, and I was just looking for jobs. I was like applying to anything, just even like a part time, just 20, 15, $20 an hour gig out here in LA, just to make some income. And I remember applying to just try to do like overnight stocking at a Target, and they just were like, "Nah, you're not qualified." I was like, "What?" Not that I wasn't qualified, but I think they just like looked like whatever I did on their little like aptitude test. It was just like, no, almost like they knew. They were like, "We know what you're up to. We know what you're up to. You are absolutely not going. You're." They want a very specific type of person, not like a college educated person who's like down on their luck and due to I wonder if they got an influx of like applications from people that were affected by the strikes. We're just like, no, we're not taking any of these people. uh I mean, there's nothing more than natural when the entire system is based around expansion, making more money. The world is gonna end because billionaires can't be satisfied. Yeah, it's true. It's the Gilded Age. It's the we've done this dance before, in the 20s, the 10s, the late 1800s. The Gilded Age. You know, it seems history. If it doesn't repeat, it definitely rhymes. That is for sure. That is an unfortunate truth. I think a necessary condition for the human condition is that. And we're kind of doomed to repeat these things from time to time. But hopefully, Moon Runes, you get paid more, or you just find a better job eventually, and the rest of the sort of, because sometimes you take stuff like that because the surrounding environment is what you're looking for. It's like you more of a support network. You move to a place, you might not be getting paid as much, but you have more of a support network. You know more people. You're not as isolated. Um, I know that that's actually why I moved to LA, was because of that. Out of all the places I wanted to go, I knew more people in LA and had more of like a quote unquote support network. So even though it's the most expensive place to live, and it makes me sad how expensive it is. Uh, Horny Age, I want to punch myself so hard. What I look. This is what I look trying to not talk politics. I hate myself. Don't punch yourself. Don't be mean to yourself. It's fine. It's fine. It is fine. Uh, don't no need to hate yourself. And yes. That's the unfortunate. That's why talk politics. Everyone just gets depressed. That's how sad it is. That's the whole point of the arts, is to try to at least understand and feel better about and feel like it's possible to change things. Unfortunately, it's all politics, but you just try to be the creative, the positive force. At least what little positive force it can be, to try and make the world a little bit more bearable, a little bit of a better place. Um, I do get the incentive, so if I make a certain amounts of my orders, I get extra money on my check. Oh, I see. So it's kind of, it's not really commission, but you do get paid extra for doing more work. So if it's more popular, you get. Last week you made an extra 130. Okay, okay. Um, if I make certain amounts with my orders, do you have to? Is that just a certain amount, like you? So if you just make more of them, or you're not? Are you having to solicit, like actually do sales too, or is it just how many you make? Or are they making you do? Do you have to do sales too? Or I hope it's not sales. I hope all you have to do is just make the thing. Hey, welcome in, Mr. Decat. It's been a while. How are you? Hope the time zone is going well. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you are having a fantastic Tuesday and or Wednesday, depending on where you are at in the world. Where are we at? All right, looks like we're almost done with our break. It's gonna make me run Oh no, you had an illness? Oh no, mister. I hope you're feeling better. I hope whatever the illness has passed and no sort of lingering effects that you're feeling right as rain, I hope. Um Moon runes, each order has a price. Oh, each order is a price per unit. So if something is 150, I can times that by how many units there are, and if they're a lot, it adds up quickly. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh wow, yeah. So they've definitely got you on like a. They definitely got you on a like kind of a made per order ratio. It's interesting, and that's on top of your like hourly. I'm assuming it would have to be, um, if they're employing you. I guess I can see how that would be good, but I can also see how that would be rough too. I don't know. I don't know. That's particularly having you run two machines. I don't know. It seems more like they're trying to incentivize you to work harder and exhaust yourself, and you're not really getting a ton more for doing that. But what get that extra green if you can. Just do not kill yourself in the process. Definitely take care of yourself. It's hard to prioritize yourself when you need to make money, but it's definitely a thing that we should all be fighting to do. Mr. DeCap, writing has reached the slow middle. Gotcha. Slow good, all good now. All good. It was tummy and head related. Not sure what it was. Oh man. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad it's all good now. I'm glad you're feeling better. Um, but yeah, writing is definitely. I've given up on getting that script done this month. So NaNoWriMo is not a thing. Scripting is not. That script. I'm gonna try to have the script done by the end of December. Just things got too crazy in the fall. Also, I think we're gonna do what I think Exit Mark had talked about, where it's like January, do like a novel writing January, just here. That's what I think we're gonna aim for. Um, right, I can't feel the pad of my left thumb. Oh no, 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 no! Do not do that. I mean, you have to, but just ah. Oh, definitely relax when you can. Um, as soon as I can, I'm going to look for something different. Hopefully, in the morning. Oh yeah, for sure. Just something to give you a break. Mr. DeCat, illness killed all the momentum. By the time I only just got back on track. Yeah, they will do that, but sometimes that's the process of it. Sometimes we get hit by things, we get sick, life happens, and you have to come back to projects later. It's hard, but it can be done. It can be done. And sometimes it's actually for the better. Sometimes letting things kind of percolate and linger in the back of your brain will help. They'll help you. Sometimes that's the best way I've gotten over writer's block, is just letting things kind of sit for a while. Alrighty, I have to go. Still got some things to do before lunch is over. Miss you guys. We miss you as well, Moon Runes. Take care. Have a great rest of your day at work. I hope you do not work too hard. And after you are done, go relax and recoup. But take care. Adios. Love ya. And we will see you later. All right. Well, I think we are going to go ahead, and I have to run an ad break really quick, or we're going to get hit with it on the sprint. So we'll go ahead and run an ad break. Go make yourself tea, get some water, and then we'll start the next sprint when you all get back. All right. And actually, I'm going to go get water while we do that. Should come up with a command for ads. Like, go. Avoid the capitalist gods. Alright. Okay, alright. Go get water. right. Okay. Are we done? Oh, it should be. The ad should be done here shortly. Oh my god, I go to the bathroom and come back with 9 ads. Yeah, it's bad. I think I'm gonna. Maybe I should make a command in Moobot just so everybody who comes back in the chat can see like the like go make tea, get away from the ads. I'm sure Twitch doesn't appreciate me doing that. Not like I'm huge, but yes, Twitch is. They are getting very. They've upped their ad counters a lot, and at least the amount of time they want us to run ads is crazy. And they're getting kind of pushy about it, and I think I've noticed that because I tend to try to run ads on the breaks so people don't get hit with them during the writing sprints because I don't want people to get taken out of the zone. Yeah, see, now I've got an hour break between ads, so for some reason when I start the stream, it wants me to run 2.5 to 3 minutes worth of ads every 20 to 30 minutes, and that seems insane to me. So I don't know why they're doing that or why they have it set up that way. I tried to change it, but it's the way they are. Blech. Anyway, enough complaining about Twitch ads. Mr. Cat, making story in another culture is tricky. Now I gotta do a scene with a kabuki theater bit. Never seen one in my life. Oh, well, you can always watch. I'm sure you can watch them on YouTube. Try to see what it's about, or just read about them. Sometimes you can kind of get the idea of what's behind them just by reading. So, but I would like YouTube it or see if you can watch one online, or maybe Internet Archive would actually Internet Archive I'm sure would have a ton of like documentary footage of kabuki theater. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and start our sprint. What is the point of forcing people to see ads? Only makes us hate ads, just make them worthless. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's just it's at this point they want to inundate you so much to the point where it's like it becomes subconscious. That's it. Like, I don't think people really think ads work, but they kind of do work. You almost don't even need to pay attention to them for them to work. It's sort of almost becomes you're so inundated. It's like subliminal. Yeah, it's dystopian. We definitely live in a cyberpunk dystopia. It's just the art direction and design isn't nearly as cool. May do that in sprint. Awesome, perfect. All right, well, let's go ahead and get rolling. So I'm gonna go ahead. The only ads Broer can block or Twitch. Oh, okay. Are you? Oh, nice. Can't block or Twitch. Yeah, they're. Yep. I've heard some people have figured out some workarounds, but yeah, yep. They want to make sure you see those ads. You know, it's not like I get to pick what advertisements you all see. You know, I have no idea what you're being advertised, which I don't like at all, because I probably don't support it. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and get to writing. We'll start the timer. Happy writing. Hope it is a productive sprint, and we will see you on the other side. I never pay attention. Yeah, neither do I. All right, happy writing, everybody. Here's the princess. Hello, princess. Bam! There we go, everybody, and that is the end of our second sprint. How goes it? Hopefully it went well, and the words flowed easy. The princess hopping around in my lap. Okay. Let me bring the music down and start the break timer. Da, da, da. All right, where are we at here? Okay, all right. I think we can 57. It could take me a little bit past 6, I guess. All right. Gotta get ready. Get ready for the game. It's been so long since I've gotten to peruse low-level level 1 monsters in any of these monster books, since most of the recent D&D games I've run have all been like 18th level games. I'm used to crazy monsters. The kids are asleep. Time to hunt up cool quotes. Oh, that's I don't know. I have a good time doing that. That's one of my favorite things to do. What's the tone of the cool quotes you're trying to get? Is it like, what's it in regards to? Is it like philosophy? Are you looking for like philosophical quotes or like literary quotes? Something about virtual reality, okay. Or racing or dragons, okay. So all those would fit. Cool. Okay. Trying to think of cool quotes about dragons. I'm pretty sure Ursula K. Le Guin's probably got some cool quotes about dragons, or at least quotes about dragons in descriptions from the Earthsea books. Racing. Maybe just because it's in my mind right now, but I'm thinking of like the quotes from the Michael Mann Ferrari trailer about car racing, where he goes on about how two objects cannot occupy the same space and the same space and time. I don't know if that would, as an allegory, I guess, for winning. I guess. Douglas Adams. That's always a good one. Let's see here. The fact that all of this was happening in virtual space made no difference. Being virtually killed by a virtual laser in virtual space is just as effective as the real thing, because you are as dead as you think you are. That's good old Douglas Adams. That's a great quote. That is. Is it for a story? Or are you writing like a virtual reality, fake reality story? Love him. Yeah. Douglas Adams is fantastic. I haven't. It's for the outro to a podcast episode. Badass. That's cool. Nice. Oh, that's right. Don't you like run a podcast? I think I remember at one point in the past you mentioning that you either run or write for a podcast. Mr. DeCat, welcome back. You co-edit one. Got it. Okay, yeah. That's cool. Awesome. Well, that's a great quote to end on. One of my, when I grew up, I was a big like Doctor Who fan. I used to watch a lot of like Doctor Who on PBS, and a buddy of mine used to have all the old VHS tapes with like the Tom Baker, Pertwee. You like mostly like 70s era Doctor Who, but I there's a very specific era, and I think he wrote it under a pseudonym called David Agnew, I think is what it was called. But Douglas Adams was the showrunner and the main writer for, I think, 2 or 3 seasons with Tom Baker back in the 70s. And I think he specifically wrote it under David Agnew. And yeah, this would have been Tom Baker. This would have been the Tom Baker era. Um, and there's two stories that I specifically, still to this day, am like, these are amazing. One is campy and bonkers is crazy, called The Space Pirates. And there's like a fight with a robot dog and a robot parrot, and it's amazing. It's insane. Uh, and with K9, yeah, it's K9. It's K9 fighting a robo parrot. And then one of my all-time favorite episodes is called City of the Dead. And anyway, so those were like some of the ones that he wrote. But if you like Douglas Adams and you are at all interested in Doctor Who, I highly recommend seeking those out and watching specifically those two stories, because they're very good. Let's see here. I got an idea for the play. It will foreshadow the very tragic. Oh, very cool. Very good. Yes, of course. Very Shakespearean to foreshadow / tell everybody, or at least give everybody a hint of the tragedy that's going to come. You started watching with Eccleston. Yeah, I think a lot of people. I mean, that's when most people started watching Doctor Who. Was, I think, Eccleston or Tennant. At least most fans that I'm aware of. It was just because I grew up around a lot of punk rock kids who were like Anglophiles, so they were super into like British culture. But if you want to know the nerdiest thing about me at that time, and this was before the Eccleston run, because it was off the air for 20 years, and all you could get were like audiobooks and stuff that, like, you know, they kept writing into like audio plays on the BBC for Doctor Who, but there was no TV show. So no one knew what it was, apparently, or at least in Phoenix, Arizona, where I grew up. So I actually had a vanity license plate on my VW bus that said Doctor Who. because no one knew it, and I couldn't. I think I originally wanted Cthulhu, and I couldn't get Cthulhu. But they were like, yeah, no one's taken Doctor Who. And I was like, oh, shit. And I vividly remember driving around Arizona, and people would, like, honk at me and, like, drive past screaming, like, Doctor Who. So you would, like, know the weirdo, like, old school sci-fi nerds that were, like, way into Doctor Who. They were all, like, usually old hippies. But they were, yeah, it was, it was a weird time. It's a weird time back when no one knew what Doctor Who was, and you get the random people that did. Like there, it was almost like the crossover between Star Trek, old school Star Trek, and Doctor Who fans. There's a lot of the Venn diagram there in the middle. Mr. DeCat. Okay, you began with Tom Baker. Yeah. Yep. Baker's one of my favorites. You know, he broke his leg because Tom Baker is famous for having a 35-foot scarf that he would wear all the time, everywhere, and he broke his leg like 5 times shooting that show, and he refused to. They would give him a stunt scarf and just be like, please, like, use the stunt scarf because you're like tripping over yourself constantly, and he just wouldn't do it. I don't know why. He would just like, no, I want to wear my 30-foot scarf. And you're like, you're out of your mind. He's a weird guy. Tom Baker was a weird dude. But anyway, yeah, I digress. That was a cold, thanks to Douglas Adams, but that was definitely the best Doctor Who. Like, peak Doctor Who is the Douglas Adams Doctor Who. I think it's definitely the best. I've watched a little bit of. I kind of phased out of it maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. Watched a little bit of like the first couple seasons with Matt Smith, and that was about it. Mr. DeCat, wow, that's stubborn. Yeah. He was clearly a stubborn man. What can you say? Them actors be stubborn. But yeah. You know what? I should read Hitchhiker. I have not sat down and actually read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy since I think I was in high school. There was a period when I was in high school where all I was reading was, like, very specifically my junior year of high school. I remember I was in drama, and all I would read was, like, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, V for Vendetta, it was just Alan Moore and Hitchhiker's Guide and and Neil Gaiman. Yeah, that's like all I read. I don't I don't know why, but there was definitely like a year where that's all I was reading. Adams is a huge part of my writer DNA. That's a good. It's hard to pick a better one. I mean, in terms of both as a satirist and a science fiction writer, I mean, maybe Pratchett comes to mind, but there aren't many out there that I think have like a bigger influence on the world. Yeah, him and Pratchett are goals. Yes, yeah. I think they're like those are like the two that stand out to me as being like you. I can't think of in the latter half of the 20th century. Those two writers are probably the sort of perennial. I would almost call them the perennial science fiction writers of that period, as well as being like satirists and oh, Vonnegut. Yeah, Vonnegut. Yeah, Vonnegut. I don't. Would you consider Vonnegut satire? Definitely science fiction. I guess there's always a sense of satire, I guess, in that type of science fiction. Vonnegut's like in a different. I don't know why, but I put Vonnegut in a different wheelhouse. Like Vonnegut's to me like one of the all-time great writers, not of the 20th century, just like I think he's one of the greatest writers who's ever lived. Yeah, Cat's Cradle for sure. Yeah. Player Piano. Yeah, Cat's Cradle is very much satire too. Yeah. Yeah, Slaughterhouse-Five and yeah, yeah. I think that is yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Vonnegut would probably be my top then. Slaughterhouse-Five does have aliens. It has aliens, and it's also probably one of the best books ever written on time. Except for maybe the Thomas Mann's The Magic Mountain. And yeah, it's definitely up there. Or I mean, if you consider like Proust's Remembrance of Things Past as being a book about time, but that's mostly just like memory. I don't know if that's necessarily about time. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Vonnegut would probably be the top for me in that group, just because I think Vonnegut is one of the greatest writers who's ever lived. Bluebeard is phenomenal. Yes, Bluebeard is great. But that's just Vonnegut. Yeah, I don't know. Vonnegut for me, Vonnegut will always be one of the greatest writers we've ever had. There are few that match him. You and me, we are in agreement. Yes, yeah. I remember there was a period where a friend of mine got a tattoo. It was the birdcage tattoo, and I think they got that tattoo right when he passed away. I was in college when he passed away, and yeah, I got that. I almost wanted to. I mean, it feels weird just trying to like rip off your friend to get a tattoo, but I was like, oh, I kind of want to do that. Anyway, should probably get back on the sprints because I could just. So it goes. Yep. So it goes is the thing I say a lot. Yep. And most people probably just take it as the term. Also busy. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's now I'm gonna go down and just try to like pull up a bunch of Vonnegut quotes. I think some of the best Vonnegut quotes I can. Yeah. Okay. All right. We should get to sprinting because I have to. Oh, I've got to take a call. Crap. All right. We're going to go ahead and start our sprint, and I'm going to take a work call really quick. Lots of folks get Everything Was Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Yes. Everything Was Beautiful and Nothing Hurt. Tattoos. Yeah. I think my friend who got the birdcage. No. They didn't. No, but I have seen. I do know. I have another friend who has that written on their arm. But I was like, was it the same person who got the birdcage? But no, it was a different friend. All right, okay, on to this sprints. Let's go ahead and get this rolling. All right, everybody. Hope the writing goes well. Let's see. Oh, Mr. Cat. Most of the sprint will just be reading through the play. That will be done the foreshadowing. Got it. Not fun, but must be done. You've got this, Mr. Cat. You've got it. I have faith in you. All right. Happy writing, everybody. And we'll see you on the other side. Oh, there we go. Did my mic just freak out? Okay. Alright, I think we're back. I think my cables are getting a little finicky. Anyway, that is the end of that sprint. Hopefully it was a successful sprint for everybody. Got some words done at least. I think I got all my game prep done, so that feels good. Let me start the break timer. Mics do that sometimes. Yeah, I know. It's like I feel like everybody's having issues with their mics now. I haven't had any issues with this, but for some reason I think the cable's getting on the back side of this is like testy, because if I noticed if I nudge the mic sometimes, it kind of like clips off. So I think it's more the cable on the back that's loose or kind of slowly coming loose, which might mean I have to get a new cable or a new mic. Hopefully not a new mic. But anywho, here we go. Let me bring the music down a little bit. That actually lined up perfectly for me. I think I've got all my prep done. I'll probably keep on this next sprint. Will probably be the last sprint. Yeah, it'll be the last sprint because it'll take us over 6 a little bit. But yeah, I think I might do some extra village building. But other than that, I managed to get done what I needed to get done, so that is good. And luckily, hopefully Mr. DeCat survived the cat attacking their leg. Let's see here. Really? You want to run another ad in 20 minutes? Good Lord, Twitch. Good God. Means I'm going to have to run another ad before the next sprint. Jeez Louise. Twitch. I know, right? Because it's brutal. I do not understand why they want to run so many ads. But unfortunately, this is like the only way I can set it up to where it's not, because usually it wants to run like micro ads like every like 5 minutes or so, and I just feel like, particularly for doing writing sprints, that's like the worst thing you can possibly do while you're trying to write and focus is like getting hit with micro ads every 5 minutes on a sprint. Just sounds mean. But then you have to like bundle all of these up into like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's weird. I don't know. I don't fully understand the math here, like what they're, because it was supposed to be 3 minutes per hour, but it's weird. I feel like they're getting more than 3 minutes per hour the way they have it set up, and it's just strange to me. There's a funny ad thing from DeShareZone. Oh, okay, let me check this out. Let's see. What is this? Oh, let's see. Do I have to sign it? Oh, it's like a Blue Sky. I think I have to sign in or create an account to see it. I don't. What is Blue Sky? I don't even know what Blue Sky is. You want to know my hosting provider? Pardon me. Pardon me. Mr. DeCat, I need tea. I need tea as well. Mr. DeCat, I need tea as well. Oh, it's the new Twitter? Oh, so this is going to be the grand replacement, or the attempt to replace Twitter. I mean, originally I would say there's no chance, even as dystopian and terrible as Twitter is, but particularly with the stuff coming out recently, that it might actually work. Because I have a feeling Twitch is going to die. Oh, let me see, yeah. Sometimes there's ways to get around it. I know when people send me TikToks, I'm able to get around that because I don't have a TikTok. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, I can see it here. Okay. Bread and circuses only keep us distracted. If we can afford the bread and the circus doesn't stop every few minutes for... That would be... If we can afford the bread and the circus doesn't stop every few minutes for an head brick. Oh, that's funny. That's good. That's good. The kids are asleep. I like that. I'm gonna save that picture. That's funny. Ugh. Here we go. Save. Okay. That is just. I don't. Let's. Is that whole thing like? Do you feel like it's working out good for you? Um. Like, is it giving you what you want out of Twitch? This whole Blue Sky thing. Because I kind of avoided Twitch, or sorry, not Twitch, Twitter. I kind of avoided Twitter, even though writing Twitter was like a big thing, because it just seemed insufferable to me, the way that Twitter worked. So I don't know, like, if it's the same kind of structurally the same thing, like. I used to have a good amount of engagement on Twitter. Blue Sky is a decent alternative. Yes, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I actually originally I just because people really resist change, particularly on social. I think with social media or whatever. I mean, just in anything, honestly. They will fight it. They will absolutely fight change. But so I was always just kind of like, man, Twitter can get really bad with the whole X thing, or X Twitter, whatever. And people are still going to use it, but I don't know if that's going to happen recently. With all the stuff that's happening right now with Musk and X, I particularly once some of the biggest ad agencies have just left him, and that's, I mean, you can't sustain yourself that way. So, okay, some folks went to Mastodon. Feels like most either went to Blue Sky or gave up. Got it. Yeah, I like using the Mexican pronunciation of shitter. I like that, shitter. That's yes. Appropriate. The appropriate naming right there. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I remember when Instagram changed their entire thing, because Instagram was like the last big social media thing I ever got on. It took forever for people to convince me to go onto Instagram. And then when they changed it to like their new algorithm, the way, like, it wasn't the most recent post, but it became the algorithm to dictate what you see first instead of like recency. I remember everybody talking about like a million different alternatives, and I think that's the problem, is there's just so many different alternatives that no one can you kind of need most of the user base to move to one. If they start segmenting and splitting off, usually it's just atrophies. That's kind of what happened with the Instagram alternatives too. It just kind of failed, but maybe Blue Sky or I've heard the name Mastodon. I've obviously never used it, but the only reason I keep these things anyway is because if I need to be able to quote unquote do engagement, I will. Hey, princess. She's up and she's letting you all know she's here. Princess is here to let you know that she's here. The day I finish this draft, I'm doing something to celebrate. You absolutely should. Not sure what yet. It's just dragging on. Yeah. Always celebrate. Anytime you finish a project, it's a rule of mine. Always celebrate, always treat yourself, and it's a good reminder that what you're doing is hard, and it's not easy, and it takes a lot of work, and you should celebrate that you finished a thing. You created something. You created a work of art. That's not easy. That's a hard thing to do. It's a very hard thing to do. I at least camp on my name so no one else can take it. There you go. And you have a great username, so that makes sense. So I would absolutely do that. I'm pretty sure I did that for my website. I just didn't want anyone taking the URL. So I was like, okay, I'm holding on to it. Even though I'm so behind even updating the website and getting it functional, which I need to do. I need to have a functioning website. I have a can of mead waiting to celebrate the end of Nano. Yes, that is the perfect That is a perfect celebratory drink. Mead makes you do silly things. The kids are asleep. I use my real name elsewhere. Actually, oh, really interesting. Okay, but I should get this one too. The kids are asleep is it's a great username. Just get all of them. That'll be how you make your millions. Is just sit on all of these URL, website, and usernames until people try to buy them from you. Which is actually how some firms make a lot of money, which is really depressing. But that's true. All right. I think we're gonna go ahead and kick off this last sprint. I'm gonna go get some water, and we're gonna run an ad break, and then we're gonna start the final sprint because I gotta go get ready and run a D&D game. So go ahead, step away, make some tea, and we'll see you back here in about 2 minutes for our last sprint. You have to run and set up for stream. Have a lovely stream. Have a lovely rest of your day / evening, and happy writing to you. And I hope the stream goes fabulously. All right. I'm going to run the ads, and we'll see you when we get back. All right, I think we are back. All right, let's go ahead and get this sprint rolling. Happy writing, everybody, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Hello and welcome in, Raiders. Hello, Worthy Advisor. Welcome in. We just got rolling on our last sprint of the eve. Welcome in. Welcome in. How did stream go? I hope it has been a blast. I'm just doing some D&D prep for a game I'm running tonight. But how is your stream? What is everyone working on? Let me do a shout out. If you don't follow Worthy Advisor, absolutely do it. Worthy Advisor rocks. There we go. Perfect. Yes, give them a follow. Please do. Awesome. You were doing your monthly newsletter and blog post? Perfect. That sounds delightful. Yes. I don't get to live in people's streams as much as I used to. But Worthy Advisor is one of my favorites to crash or lurk in. So definitely give them a follow and hop on in when you see them on. But yeah, how did you got your monthly newsletter blog post? That's a tall order. I've always thought I should try to do that, but I feel like I don't think I would ever be able to be consistent enough. I'm always so behind on everything. I was like, oh, do I want to add a weekly newsletter? So hats off to you for being able to do that and keep up with that. That is admirable. But let's see here. We're gonna add that. But yeah, feel free to hop in. Just for everybody who is writing, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off mic, but I'll be active in chat while we go ahead and roll this this final sprint. But feel free to keep on chatting if you're in a chatty mood. That's why I don't do it monthly. There you go. Perfect. I haven't done it since March because of life, so got you there. Life finds a way. All right. Well, happy writing, everybody. And we'll catch up on the other side.
yeah.
Alrighty, everybody. There we go. That is the last sprint of the night. Hope the words were treating you well. The princess is shouting, hoping that, letting you all know that she hopes the words went well as well. But hopefully, for everybody out there who is going to keep on writing, that the rest of the evening is a productive, and if not productive, a restful one. But hello, E to the Liz. I wanted to say hello because you hopped it right at the very end. Excited for you to get off work and be free. Go be free. But I think I'm going to go ahead and see who we can raid. If anybody knows anybody that they would like to raid, let me know. But for now, I'm just gonna scroll through and see who's writing. Who's doing the writing? Let's see, who's Tokagan? I don't know them. Well, we're gonna hop on in and say hello to them. All right. Yes, catch you next time. I'll be around. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Always a blast having you in, E to the Liz. I'm sure I'll be lurking around next time you stream. So we'll see you then. Everybody else, it was a blast having you. I hope the words treat you well. Love you all. Take care. And we are going to go say hello to Tokagan, if I'm not butchering that, which I probably am. All right. Boom. All right, everybody. Have a lovely rest of your eve. Take care.